Welcome, boys and ghouls, to a bone-chilling episode of The Outliers. Watch as we delve into the world of haunted houses where screams echo and nightmares come alive.
Starting off this episode, I think we should talk to the head honcho over here at House of Torment. And his name is...
Michael Faust. I'm the general manager of House of Torment and also the head of creative themes and characters for 13 Floor Entertainment Group.
Wow, that sounds like a pretty lofty title.
Yeah, I just make monsters and run a haunted house. That's the nutshell.
Okay, cool.
As a total ladies, yeah.
Did you always know that you wanted to do this? Like, how do you get into this type of profession?
No, I've always really liked the arts and crafts. You know, I always gravitated towards that. And then growing up, me and my brother would always make, home videos. You know, he would be the designer, make this. He would be the film guy. I'd help him write scripts, come up with stories. So we'd film a lot of stuff. That decided to lend to, well, I want to make my own monsters. I want to start doing things on my own, creating storylines and ideas. And I kind of just fell into this job, and to where now, like what is it, 18 years later, now here I am.
God.
You know.
I mean, dude, that sounds like a dream.
Yeah, like falling into a career path, like that's just awesome.
You know, some people would think this is a depressing atmosphere to work in every day.
Yeah, and,
you know?
And that's why it gets dangerous to when you're concepting stuff, because you got to let your mind go to certain dark areas, but you got to anchor yourself to come back from that. That what helps me come up with ideas is just walking into the darkness in here and letting it tell you what needs to come.
What's the best part about your job here?
It's the creating the ideas, because it's, we have a set that we can always manipulate and change, the team here, and then creating the characters for that. So you get the baseline of what you want, and then you start to add in, just try to push a story and just that customer experience so people can come and get something different during the fall season.
This is like literally your life's work.
I started just as a scene actor. I started just as a volunteer, coming up and helping and painting, sweeping, everything.
Wow.
And then just working my way up. And I always tell people this is very much like part of my identity.
You know, I've only ever been in here as a customer. It feels big, but like the scale of this is massive. The details are unbelievable, dude. Can you just tell me like what it takes to build the scenes, like complications, the stress moving up to events, things like that?
Even as we're talking, what you're telling me, I'm already thinking of next year. We start to plan it out. So to figure out, these are the themes. We get those approved. Let's do the themes. Now we go to the trade show. This is in March, called Trans World. And that's where we go, all right, well, let's start buying the props and the costumes and ideas that we need. Let's get the materials to make the costumes. So we start having our costume manager handle that. Makeup, we get makeup involved. So, hey, start making a lookbook to get how the character's gonna look. Then we get production who start figuring out inside, like, all right, well, this is audio, this is the tech, this is the props, this is how the scene is gonna do. We can get some concept designs going, and then we just start hitting it. But our slogan is whatever it takes. Whatever it takes to get the job done, whatever it takes to get the customers amped, whatever it takes to get us going, like, that's what we do.
On top of all of the planning that goes into the Halloween season, House of Torment puts on events for Christmas, Valentine's Day, and the event we're covering halfway to Halloween, which leads us into production, the people that build out the sets and create the overall atmosphere of the event. Today, we are talking with...
My name is Casey Canamar, and I am the production artist / tech for House of Torment.
Well, what exactly does that mean? What does it entail?
That entails pretty much anything that involves the operation or the building of the show. So I'm building different props, painting them, I'm distressing them, I'm working on the lighting, I'm working on the sound system, everything from pre-season all the way through post-season. I'm making sure that all of our stuff is corresponding to our themes. I'm making sure that everything is safe for the actors and for the customers, that all of the props are running correctly, and then striking all of that and then moving everything over to the next event.
That sounds intense.
It's a lot.
I mean, like, this is a massive place. You're basically holding all those pieces together. You're doing creative, artistic stuff mixed with physical craftsmanship, with lighting, creating mood. I mean, how do you wear all those different hats?
It's a lot. It can be a lot sometimes, but I say that it's creative engineering is really what it is, because you have to be both an artist and an engineer. It's a personal thing for me too, to want it to look good.
Yeah.
So it's like, for me, it's like, I'm gonna spend that extra time here because I know how good it could look at the end of all of it if I just put in those extra hours for it. So
why is it personal to you? There's so many people that just punch in and punch out of their job and they could really give a Like, what makes it personal to you?
For me, it's because I feel like I kind of grew up here a little bit. It's one of those things where it's like, I used to be the actor in this scene. I remember scaring in this scene but now I get to make it whatever I want it to be. And so it's personal for that sort of thing.
Oh, that's amazing.
So, yeah.
Well, and okay, this is a perfect segue. Tell me the elements of setting up the perfect haunt and the perfect scare, the perfect scene.
If you come into a room and it's like, say I walk in and I know the door's over here. Okay, well now I need to put stuff in between that so that way they can snake around, because I might have an actor coming out from over here. So I need to push the customers on this side in order for them to get closer to this. Because if they come on this side, they're not going to be as close and not as scared of it.
Well, and that's interesting how you described it, because I was almost thinking you were going to say like, well, we need to put like extra blood, make it spooky in the lights, but like you're talking about like logistics of like flowing through the scene.
You always want to be pushing the customer forward. So you want to be scaring either from the side or from the back of them in order to be keeping them going forward, because otherwise then you have stopping issues and everything like that.
That's a great point.
So it's a lot of that where it's like, okay, well if I have the actor come out of here, I need to make sure that they're not stepping in front of the customers, because then that's going to create a backflow, you know, of the whole thing.
What is it about this that you would do this over anything else?
Sometimes it's the fact that I know that I'm always the coolest person in the room. like anytime I talk to any group of people, I'm like, I know that I have the coolest job out of 100%. All of us. So I know that I'd always be chasing this. So I want to chase it. You know, I want to chase it and I want to give it my 100%, because I don't want to be 65, 70 years old and be like, wow. You know, I really wish I had done that sort of thing. So I'm trying to live without any of that regret and being like, I want to live a life where it's like, I know that I did 100% what I wanted to be doing to the fullest extent. And so that way, whenever I get to the end of it, you know, I'm like, that was pretty fulfilling.
If you aren't already, hit that subscribe button, because we're giving away $2,500 once we get to 10,000 subscribers. All you have to do is be subscribed and comment on any video posted after April 29th. Before the event, House of Torment holds a rehearsal night where all of the actors come in and are placed in their scenes. They get a feel for the rooms and find the best places and directions to scare from. This is Tristan, and he is the head of wardrobe here at House of Torment. If you're wearing a costume, it is being carefully selected and constructed by this man.
Tell me a little bit about your process.
So it's a general design basis, like an outline, and then I just slowly fill in the gaps to try to figure out my own way.
God, dude, each one of these seems like there's so many different layers to them. Like,
yeah, we also have our stereotypical like
the jock,
frat house, everything. We have things like for this actor, he's gonna be wearing the Crooked Man.
Whoa, this is cool.
Yeah.
Holy crap, that's like a whole uniform.
He has an entire suit with gloves, the mask, everything like that. Katie's gonna be our meat character.
Meat character.
Yes, and then this guy is gonna be kind of a huge Dead Space inspired.
Yeah.
Like he's infected.
Oh, dude, this is incredible. You just literally movies, TV shows, games that you love, and you get to like bring them to life.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a dream job.
It really is.
What about, I want to hear about this meat character though.
So meat character, I'm actually working on him right now.
Cool.
He was made in 2008 as an original concept, original character and everything like that. And then during the 2022 season, Mike asked me to recreate the character.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Again, it's like the lore and the culture of this place just keeps living on. Can I touch this? Is that cool?
Just don't touch the back. The back is still wet.
Oh, man, the textures are wild on this. Like all this sinew and like, it just, it looks like meat falling off bone. Can I see the mask for this one too?
Yeah, of course. He's gonna be right over here.
Oh, man, that is so cool. Yeah, that's like kind of grotesque. I see why people don't want to take pictures with it. Wow, this is awesome, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to be dressing up too, and I don't know my costume yet. Can you showcase that for me as well?
Yeah, of course. So the best part about people with your frame is that we can put you in something like big and billowy, and it makes you even bigger than you really are. So why don't you give this cloak a try?
Oh, this is amazing.
And I want to see what you look like with a mask on real quick.
Okay.
So we have different types of masks. We have like plastic, we have some latex, we have foam, but the number one thing I really wanted to see you in is silicone.
Yes. And this is like the most high-end, most like real.
Yes, exactly.
It kind of feels like skin and flesh too, right?
Yes, the cheapest one you could ever get for a half silicone mask is about $450. The ones you're about to try on are around $750 to $800.
That's insane.
Yes.
And you trust me with that?
Yes, I do actually.
Thank you. Oh my God. Does this guy have a name?
We normally just call him Green Zombie.
Green Zombie.
Or
Look at
mutant.
these teeth.
So what you gotta do is that you gotta do the prayer hands,
Okay.
and you're gonna put it inside the neck hole right here. You're gonna put it right through,
Okay.
and then you're gonna spread it out.
All right.
You're gonna put it right on your face, and that's all you gotta do.
It's too simple, my guy. I mean, dude, this is $700 that I'm holding in my hand. All right, give it a little spread here.
Perfect.
Oh, I can feel the power.
Oh, he's a natural. And you're actually delving deeper into the character. And
Yeah.
the best part about the haunt industry is the longer the night goes, the more in tune you'll be with your character.
Oh my God, that sounds super exciting. Wow, you really set me up for success here, bro.
Well, I try.
And thank you again, man.
No, thank you for talking to me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's just like every person I meet just gets more and more awesome, you
Yeah.
know? Mike's kind of a downer, but
Yeah, yeah.
This is Steven. He's the head of makeup here at House of Torment. Just like in the wardrobe, before you go out into the haunt, you're getting your makeup done by him and his team.
been here for how long?
Since 2007.
So this is like your life.
So ever since then, yeah.
That's awesome. Tell me, like, how'd you get into this? Like, what led up to this?
Mike got me into it. He was a manager at a clothing store that I was working at.
Cool.
And 2007 Halloween season, I'm like, hey, I built a haunted house. You want to come work with me? Like, yeah, let's try it.
Oh, dude, that's incredible.
But I'd been a LARPing nerd. I've done costuming and theater as a kid. Like the makeup, actually, I had no background in this whatsoever
Really?
before the haunt industry. Like,
No way.
and even when I started, we didn't have a makeup department at Torment when I started.
Are you serious?
You did your own if you had anything.
What did you start off doing?
Hacker.
Wow. That seems like how everyone seems to start here.
Mostly. Yeah, I mean, the vast majority.
Yeah. Do you think that gives you like even better insight to be better at makeup and just know how the whole picture is working together?
Yes, undoubtedly yes. The haunted house world is, if you don't love it, it's not worth.
Totally.
It's not worth doing. It's hard. Like you have to love it, or
Yeah.
it'll just beat the hell.
Well, it's a grind.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, look at what happens when you come up through it, and now, you know, it seems like you're super passionate and like really take pride in what you do.
It's my life.
Yeah.
I've been this as. I had already been a college graduate when I started this job, and it just like the idea of where I was going, and then the sharp left turn towards what I ended up doing, because I love this place. You always got to be on the edge of your industry. You got to keep learning.
And pushing and going to trade shows and like,
Trade shows, conventions.
dude, this is amazing. Like every person I meet is just equally awesome, and you have such a cool job, man. Thanks for giving us a little, you know, like show into your life.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you
Yeah.
for showing everyone else.
Yeah. Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Going into the night of the event, I felt electric. The room that I'm gonna be posted up in is called the Tilt Room. The whole entire floor is at a 35-degree angle. Just walking into this room is disorienting, let alone me being in there for an hour with a silicone mask on and having to scare people. I'd never done anything like this before in my life. Was I gonna screw it up? Was I gonna fall and hurt myself? What if I was just plain boring and not scary? Am I nervous at all? The answer is yes, but I'm also extremely excited. And honestly, because of rehearsal, I knew much more of exactly what I was getting myself into.
All right, my makeup's done. Now I'm suiting up. I'm getting ready for the show. Tristan, my good man.
Hey,
There it is.
there you go.
All right, you ready? Yeah. All right, let's go.
All right, man, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good, dude. I want to scare the out of some people.
Here we go.
All right.
My biggest takeaway from all of this is really that this is just so much more difficult than it seems. You think you just throw on a mask, say boo, and scare people. But there is literally a team of dozens and dozens, up to nearly 100 people that are working behind the scenes to put an event like this on. My favorite scare of the night had to be when one of the veterans, Kyler, was in the tilt room with me. He was climbing up onto the ceiling and the walls and distracting all of the customers. I was sitting in a chair like a prop, and they didn't even realize that I was going to come to life. He would grab their attention at the front door, and then 3/4 of the way through, I would pop up and scare the daylights out of them. This is a method that Casey taught me called ping-ponging, which means 2 actors are ping-ponging customers back and forth and scaring the wits out of them. After giving it my all in the tilt room, I was able to walk all around the haunt and scare people from various places throughout the whole house. Each scene gave me new places to hide and different situations and scenarios that I could prey upon victims. Working alongside the pros at House of Torment was an experience like none other. Watching acrobats do flips and climb up onto the scenes, scrape their knees and fingers on the ground, creating sparks, start chainsaws, the list goes on. It felt incredible, and I felt like I was part of the team.
When you put that suit on, that costume, it feels like you're a different person. And then, you know, all the lights, the music, you go into like another world, and scaring people, dude, I feel like I could just do that endlessly. Like when you really get someone good, you're like, oh, it feels so good. And then coming back out, taking the mask off, it's like, you're like, oh, like I'm back in the real world. 10 out of 10 experience, man. I'm so glad I got to be able to do this.
The most inspiring thing to me about House of Torment is simply their culture. And this is a culture that you can feel in the air just walking into the space. Just thinking about the nostalgia of Michael and his brother coming up with horror characters to put in films they made as kids, and now bringing those into reality. Michael talks about making his passion his paycheck, and now he gets to pass down this fulfillment to every other cast member at House of Torment. It is never easy to follow your dreams, especially when you're doing something obscure. But all of these misfits have come together, they're doing what they love, and they're giving back to the whole community multiple times a year. House of Torment will be something that me and my family go to for years to come. Thank you to Michael and everyone at Team Torment. This is an experience I will never forget.
Yeah.
What an experience, man. Thank you so much. Like,
man.
seriously, we definitely couldn't have done literally any of this without you. So, like, opening up your home to us, dude, it means the world.
I appreciate it, man.
Give me a hug,
Thanks a lot.
brother.
Yeah. Dude,
I'll be bothering you, man.
Yeah.
This is definitely not the last time.
Dude, you're part of Team Torment now.
Oh,
all
dude.
y'all part of Team Torment
Oh,
now,
my
man.
God. That's amazing,
Yeah.
bro. All right.
Cool.
Thank you so much,
Sure,
man.
man. Thanks for
Take it
coming.
easy.